Are listening to Sabah al-Muslim on Radio Islam International. Minara Chamber of Commerce, together with 27-4, are holding a seminar tomorrow titled Why Investments Are Important for Business Financial Stability. Now, discussions will be led by Ridwan Kaji, Senior Credit Analyst at 27-4, Ameen Nakti, Senior Managing Director at FDI Consulting, and Mohammed Ameen Hassen, Founder and Head of Sharia Banking in the Standard Bank Group. Radio Islam is a media partner to the event, and we welcome to the program today Mohammed Ameen Hassen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Mulana, and to viewers and listeners.
So let's start by asking you, what was the motivation behind it? What's the objective? What are the key takeaways that attendees can expect from this workshop?
Mullah, alhamdulillah, we have a panel from different subsectors of the financial services industry, including banking, asset management, as well as advisory services. And what we hope to achieve is to provide input into our community. We know that our community are traders by nature, as was our Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. But as finance professionals, we see some common behavior traits which potentially are barriers to the growth for small business. And some of the key areas which we hope to be of value to the audience, inshallah, will be around the fundamentals of investment strategies, how investments drive economic growth, opportunities for small and medium enterprises to leverage investments for expansion, understanding ethical and sustainable investment solutions. These are some of the key takeaways which we hope to share with the audience, inshallah, amongst others.
Yeah. So who would you ideally be looking at in terms of attending?
Look, I think our ideal target audience would be, I would say, two cohorts. You would have one category of business that are primed and ready for the next phase of their business. Either they're looking for a merger or an acquisition, they want to sell off their business, or they want to grow with a bigger partner. Alternatively, a business that is looking for some form of funding and needs advice on what is the correct funding mechanism that they need to either aid their business with working capital or aid their business with growth.
Now, is this going to focus exclusively on the business angle when it comes to investments, or will there also be guidelines and some advice for individual investors? We know in recent days within the Muslim community, there hasn't been too much of good news in terms of some of the more prominent investments that Muslims have been investing in.
Look, Mullah, this particular one, we're going to be focusing on the business side of it and some of the key takeaways from business. But inshallah, if there is demand for us to have a session for personal investment advice, I think definitely we can look into it. But this particular event has been focused purely on some of the key topics around business investing.
So this is a physical event, right? Or is there a virtual option as well for those who can't make it in person?
Physical by default, but I think, as you mentioned, Radio Islam will be our media partner. So there will be some streaming facilities available for those who can't make it in person.
Now, not wanting to obviously give away too much because the discussion will take place tomorrow night, inshallah, but just some insight in terms of those who are going to attend or are still, thinking about attending in terms of the approach to the discussion.
So look, what we want to try and achieve is cover some of the key investment fundamentals. We look at different investment approaches. We look to cover the topics of mergers and acquisitions, the different types of investors in the marketplace, what different type of asset classes are available, the idea of risk versus return. And of course, we'll do our very best to overlay this through the worldview of Islam and give a perspective on some of the key Sharia principles as an example of how Sharia sees money. So these are some of the key anchor topics. Obviously, we've got, there will be some Q&As open up for discussion. So obviously, if there is something burning for our audience, we'll do our best to address it there as well.
Registrations, I assume, are still open. So if someone hasn't yet registered, they can still do so?
You got me on that one. I'm not sure exactly when registration is closed. I think just look out on social media on the Minara or the 27 social media platforms. I think there'll be better place to confirm whether registrations are still open.
Well, Jazakumullah for that. I mean, I think there are a lot of people looking forward to it. I was in Cape Town for most of last week for the sauna and other stuff. And I bumped into one brother and he said, I'll see you next week, inshallah, in Johannesburg. We're specifically coming down for this workshop.
Alhamdulillah. No, we're looking forward to it. And, Mulana, some of the key things that at least from my side, one of my biggest objectives is to try and aid small and medium-sized businesses through the challenges they face and also eradicate some of the common problems that our small businesses face. And I think as financial professionals, we've got a responsibility to try and help our businesses through this with providing them with education.
Yeah, I suppose in the end, it's about learning from the experience and wisdom of others and trying to minimize the mistakes that we make along the way.
Absolutely. And we can poise ourselves for growth with education.
Absolutely. I mean, shukran so much for your time and look forward to the discussion tomorrow, inshallah.
Inshallah. See you tomorrow, Mulana. Jazakallah khair.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
So look out on the social media handles. It's a Minara 27-4 workshop titled Why Investments Are Important for Business Financial Stability. Radio Islam is a media partner on the Radio Islam social handles. We will put out the details in terms of the live stream and the like. Also, you can register, and I think it's better to register and be there in person if you are in the Johannesburg region. Others are flying in specifically for it. I met a brother who's involved in financial services, and he said, I intend to come. Mohammed Ameen was with us. Mohammed Ameen Hassen, founder and head of Sharia Banking at the Standard Bank Group, will be one of the speakers. Ameen Nagdi, senior managing director at FTI Consulting. Ridwan Kaji, senior credit analyst at 27-4 Investment Managers. And yours truly has been given the responsibility of moderating the discussion. So I look forward to that. I look forward to moderating the discussion, inshallah. That's what's coming up tomorrow.